welcome back to A Vintage Vanity, and it is tea time. So grab a drink, sit right down, and let's chat. Now, I have started this video about 10 times now. That is how scattered my brain is. So this time, we're going for it. Scatterbrained and all. For tea, we did go back to the fancy cup, which is nice, but we just went plain with the tea. It's just iced tea with lemon. So the theme for tea time this month, or this week, or whatever you want to call it, is that there's no theme. I tried to think about what I really wanted to talk about today, and all I could think of was like these random bits and pieces that I wanted to share with you. So guess what? This video is going to be all about the random. So one of the things in the last couple of weeks that I've been kind of struggling with, and I know I'm probably not the only one who's kind of like hit a wall like this, but I am taking my creative projects up into the next level, and that has caused no end of panic and insecurity and self-doubt. It has been horrible, and that's why there's been no new DIY projects, even though I've got quite a few like really fun short ones planned. But I told myself, until you get this project done, you are not allowed to move forward on anything else. And let me tell you, this next step is going to be really, really exciting. I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want to jinx myself, because I've said things before and things haven't happened. So I'm waiting until this is like a real life thing. And yeah, it's been hard because I feel like my hands have just been paralyzed, and I've been forcing myself to get into it and like make the cuts and make the marks and do things. And it has been a beautifully painful experience, because I know when it's done, I'm going to be super proud of the end result. But it is a struggle. And honestly, it was when I went to Gen Con, which is a board game convention a couple weeks ago, last month, I think it was. I sat in on a panel with Will Wheaton, who, if you're familiar with him, he played Wesley Crusher on Star Trek The Next Generation. Here on YouTube, he does the tabletop show on Geek and Sundry, which I'll leave a link in the description if you've never seen it. He has the Will Wheaton Project on Sci-Fi, and he, to me, is just an incredible human being. I find him extremely inspiring. He's been very, very public about his creative struggles and about his struggles with depression, and he's been a voice for a lot of people that don't have a voice. He's been very much a voice for women in the, I guess, for lack of a better term, the geek and the nerd community, standing up for the fact that we have a voice, and it is a valid voice. And, you know, you can't help but look up to somebody like that. And so I love the guy, and I was sitting in on a panel, and it really struck me. He basically said that, because he gets crippled by the creative process as well, which, right? Mind-blowing to me. Absolutely mind-blowing. It's like, but you're Will Wheaton, you know? And his thing was, just create. If you screw it up and if it goes wrong, then that's fine, but you still created something. And that in and of itself is beautiful. Now, I'm completely paraphrasing on this. It's probably not the exact quote, but that's what I got out of it. And it's really, really helped me, because since I got back from there, to like push myself into those next levels. And it is getting a little bit easier as I go. So I would love to hear from you guys what you guys do to push yourself forward past those creative blocks, whether you're DIYing or creating something or writing something or something. We all have that internal self-doubt, right? That stupid little voice in our head that just is mean. It's just really mean. So sometimes you just got to get out the duct tape and just tape its mouth shut. Alright, so that's been kind of like the overarching of actually the last couple weeks for me, and it feels good. It feels good to be moving forward with it, and again, taking another step by vaguely telling you guys about it is another way of kind of being like, well, you have to do it because you've told people. Which, incidentally, I was super proud of myself. It seems like such a weird thing, but the Instagram every day in August was an absolute joy to do. There was some days where I was like, I don't know what I'm going to take a picture of. You can probably see which ones those were. Usually cats were involved in that. But it was so much fun getting to see the Instagram pictures you guys posted. I absolutely loved getting to see what everybody else was doing. And it was so much fun. So much fun. In fact, it was so much fun. Can we get a so much fun counter? That I want to like do one of those picture a day challenges for the month. But, I'm gonna make it up. And then I'm going to give it to you guys and see if you guys will do it with me too for November, or for October. Wouldn't that be fun? I think that would be fun. Because we'll make it like vintage Halloween-y things. I know, right? Alright, one of the other things that have been a center point in the last couple months for me has actually been a new book series by Victoria Peterson called, well, I don't know that the series, does the series have a name? I don't think that it does. I only have 2 of the books here because I've actually already lent the first book to a friend, but it was, the first book is The Taken, and then it is The Lost, and it is The Given. And Jessica, one of the viewers, hi Jessica, she was the one who recommended these books to me, and then she went ahead and was a step up and talked to Vicki Peterson because Jessica actually will cosplay as the main character, Kat, in these books. And she went to a couple signings. She got to know Vicki. They actually became friends. So Jessica was talking to me, and then she talked to Vicki. I know this is very complicated, is it not? But end result is she not only got Vicki to send me these books, but she got her to sign them. And she was so sweet. And what's super fun about these books, now I will say, there is adult subject matter in this that deals with sex in the sex industry. It is light, I would say, but it does deal with those things. So it is definitely adult subject matter, but essentially, Kat is she's a journalist. She ends up meeting Griff, who actually is an angel, and his job, because he couldn't get past like how he died and who murdered him. It's like, who murdered Griffin Shaw? He couldn't get past it, so he was sent to be a what was he called? There was a name for it, and now I can't remember what it was. Basically, he was the type of person, he would collect souls, and like murdered souls, and cross them over. And so kind of like a reaper, but not really a reaper. And he actually ends up creating a relationship with her, and then things happen, and then it goes on for 3 books. And I love the writing. And one of the things that I enjoyed so much about it is Griffin was from he died in 1960. I believe it was 1960, and Kat is from the current period, and she is a rockabilly lover. So you have like a little bit of the rockabilly scene and the culture intermixed with this guy who was from the 50s, which I think is really, really cool, because you kind of have the idealized version of the 50s that when we think, obviously, we take the good and we leave the bad bits behind. And to him, he was like, but it wasn't as storybook as you're thinking it is. So it's just great. The way she writes the characters is absolutely lovely, and I love Kat. All the female characters she wrote were so empowered in and of themselves, and even during the times where she was struggling with things to do with her relationship with him, it wasn't like, oh well, I can't exist anymore, a la Twilight. Yeah, I know. But there was still the heartbreak there, but I don't know. I just really, really enjoyed the books. So if you are looking for a good read, I highly suggest the Vicki Peterson series, The Taken, The Given, and The Lost, and I absolutely loved it. It is romance meets film noir meets Agatha Christie. That's the best way I can think. meets weird angels. And believe me, usually I'm really turned off by things that have to do with angels. I don't know. I always just think there's going to be an agenda behind it. But, you know, I love Castiel and Supernatural. And I would say Griff is closer to a Castiel than anything else. So, absolutely love those books. Gosh, I am talking way more than I thought that I was going to do. And I literally could keep talking. One thing I did want to mention for those of you that were thinking about attending the Cat's Pajama Fair in September, it actually unfortunately has been canceled, which saddens me to no end because it was one of my very favorite shopping periods of the year, and I always do hair demos there. But they are scheduled to do the one in February, so hopefully that one will go off without a hitch. And the other thing is, I need to wrap this up because I'm hungry. Oh! But before I do that, I knew there was something else, but I couldn't remember. Guys, look. My hairs. Brittany cut them. She cut all my hairs. I know it looks messy back there. Don't look back there. But look, it's so much shorter. Ha ha. So it is always, I always find like after a new haircut, it takes like at least 2 weeks to kind of like figure it out. And it's almost like you have to like retrain it because your hair is like, wait a minute, I'm not quite used to this. So I'm in the process of like whipping it into shape, but I'm really enjoying the shorter length, and I'm kind of having fun like planning out some new hairstyles I'm gonna do, because guess what? This length is a perfect length for doing a 60s flip. And I've already been playing with it, so I can't wait to do a style like that. But I have a couple other great ones coming up before that happens. Da 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 da. That, I think, yeah, I could literally talk your ear off. So I'm gonna let you guys go. As always, I love hearing from you guys, so go ahead in the comment section below. Let me know how it is that you get yourself past those creative blocks and quiet those little meanies inside your head. And also, I would love to hear about any like great book series or books that you have read lately, because right now I am on the most recent Dresden File book, but once that's done, I am going to have an opening in my library. So I'd love to hear suggestions from you. So I hope you guys really enjoyed tea time. I love spending time with you. And see, usually I edit this where I do the scoot, but I can't because it's tea time. That means no editing. So if you're just not ready to say goodbye, go ahead and click some of my other videos there. And as always, if you're new and you don't want to miss a minute of what goes on here, go ahead and click that subscribe button. That will let you know when new videos have been posted. That way you don't miss a minute. I know, right? I literally right now feel like, overuse of the word literally, when you're on the phone with your friend and you don't want to get off and you're saying goodbye like 50 million times, that's how I feel right now. Okay, keep the conversation going below. All right, I hope you guys have a great night, and I will see you soon. Bye.